Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going over to XRP. Once again, thank you for support. Okay, so what I've done here is take the wicks off this chart. Okay, so to do that, sometimes you can get a nice little view of what's going on and you can see support and resistance levels without all the wicks. So just press right click on your chart right there, go to settings, and you can tick wick on and off like that. Okay, so if we take the wick off, this is the daily time frame right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is drop a level of resistance just there, Alt H on your keyboard, and then move to the left. Now you can immediately see that this here, where we ran into resistance, is this low that we put in last year. Okay, this potential A leg, then we come put a B leg, and right now we come down in the potential C leg, and we're running back up into this key resistance right here. So immediately you can identify resistance and support basically. So again, you've got a little leg of resistance just there, and then you've got a main leg of resistance just there with that cluster just there as well. Okay, so again, just drop a horizontal line in right now. Okay, so Alt H on the keyboard, so you can immediately see that if you break this resistance, that for me would just be a really good area to sort of go short or take profit or look for a swing or whatever. And this is how you can easily identify support and resistance. Now as we were trading all the way down here, I said to you what we'd done here is melted through this support. Okay, just there, do you see this leg of support? We'd melted through it, okay, without a back tested resistance at this point. So this was always on my radar to come up and retest it. Now we've got that confirmation of resistance. So the key thing going forward, is this actually strong resistance where we're going to roll, okay, and come back down and sweep these lows, making lower lows, or are we actually holding these EMAs, by holding these, creep up, break that resistance where we move up to the next leg of resistance. Now I'm not saying you're not going to wick above, but your primary leg of resistance is going to be that green line there around about 05963. So if this does creep up like this, okay, and we've got this kind of holding support at the 10 EMA, because at the moment on the 10 EMA, look at this boss support. We've broken out down here on the 16th of September, I think it is, and since that break just there where we closed above this daily 20 EMA on this golden cross just there from that candle just there, we've actually had, we take a look at this, we've had 27 days of closing above that level of resistance right there, which is really important if we can maintain that. Now I'm not saying you're not going to come back and do things like that. You will retrace, but this scenario right now by XRP holding this 10 EMA, because we had a bit of a flash crash yesterday, didn't we? By holding this 10 EMA, if this consistently does this is what creeps you up into resistance, and it's the thing that equally creeps you down into support because you're holding it as resistance. Do you understand? So at the minute we look as though we might have potentially turned a corner here, retesting support and resistance, and we might be holding these EMAs coming up, creeping us into this resistance. So sometimes just take the wicks off, zoom out, and you can get a better view of what's going on. So at the moment, if we consistently close and stay above this daily 20 EMA, which is something we're doing at the moment, I'll be a little bit more biased. We're creeping up towards this resistance. We start to do something like this, carve out an ascending triangle or whatever. If we break, that would be my next level of resistance going forward for XRP, which is this leg here and this cluster. Okay, and again, if you start to zoom out and you look to the left, you can pretty much see what's going on here for XRP. So again, I'm just going to drop a horizontal line on that low just there for XRP where we bounced in June just there. Okay, so again, if you look to the left, this is this sort of leg here which was support in the bear market, but again when you came down and lost it, it became resistance. But as soon as you broke above it, boom, impulsive move to the upside, and then we had that big massive sell-off because of the SEC and the Spark Air token sell-off, which I remember really well, and everyone thought it was going to go to zero. But you can really identify primary support and resistance going forward. Let me drop that back in just there. Okay, so just by moving to the left and dropping lines on your chart, you can see this is primary resistance right now. To break that, okay, the most bullish thing I think for XRP would be to break these levels of resistance going forward. I think if you start to do that, like I've said to you, that would confirm to me that your bottom's in. It doesn't mean that you're not going to do something like this, come up and then come back down, potentially to this neckline, retest the support, get your bounce, and do something like that, because this is how it moves. Okay, this is how the market moves, look, in waves. Okay, you see that. So one thing we don't want to see going forward for me for XRP is the loss of this green line, because this is your bear market territory down here where you sort of came down like this and boom, and you broke above eventually. So this here is actually the support of this leg here, which is this previous resistance that you've broken through on that impulsive move. So all you've done effectively is broken out, okay, and you've come all the way back down to your breakout just there as support. So technically you found support and you're looking to come back up the stairs right now. Okay, so your primary resistance, just like this was resistance just there before an impulsive break, is this previous support is now resistance. Do you understand? Like this was previous support. Do you understand like this? Okay, that's resistance. Support became resistance, broke it, impulsive move. Right now, it's this leg here, which is support, which is technically the same as this, and you're doing this, resistance with resistance, break it, impulsive move to the upside. This was impulsive, potentially this is impulsive. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? So it's all about support and resistance. What we can't see going forward for XRP is the loss of this support, because I think if we lose this support for XRP, I'm not saying it's not going to be back tested, but if we lose that support and start to come down below it and do that, for me, you know, that's really, really bearish, isn't it? But, you know, what I think we've got here, potentially, you know, is just something very similar in this. Okay, this is very similar structure as to this, but this is sort of more condensed than this big leg that we've gone through. It's really hard for me to explain it. I've gone through this before. So there's your top and there's your pullback, okay, like that. Okay, so this leg here, and you pull back, your consolidation, support, breakdown, resistance is essentially all of this as well. So this is just a smaller leg of it. Do you understand? So that leg here that we're going through right there, that's your big A, B, C. This is your big A, B, C. And right now, this C leg came all the way down, turned this into resistance, came back just there after breaking out. You've got your beautiful W double bottom pattern down here, okay, which is essentially what we've gone through here, just there, W double bottom pattern. And then you're back testing this cluster of support just there as resistance, which is basically this cluster of support just there as resistance. And once you break it, impulsive move. Once you break this, impulsive move. Okay, so we can't afford to lose this. I need to draw that. We can't afford to lose this low, just like we couldn't afford to have lost that low. Okay, so you are going to run into resistance, you are going to come back, you know, you're going to carve out a structure down here. That's a bullish scenario. One big massive ascending triangle, consolidation. We start to take out these resistance points, which are this support in this leg down here. Okay, this is super bullish going forward for XRP. Super bearish if right now we lose this green line. Really bearish, you know. So sometimes you've just got to zoom out, take the wicks off, and you can kind of see what's going on a little bit better. So you understand that update. So right now, what do I think is happening? Potentially, if we can consistently hold this 10 EMA, this is going to creep us up. We'll create some kind of consolidation pattern here, and we will be looking for a break. I will be looking for take profit at 0.59. You might get your wick above, like I said to you, but this is a very strong area of support and resistance right now, that I think that if we can start to come up and take that out eventually and turn that level there into support, that would be a massive confirmation statement for me and for you that the bottom is in, and it could be an entry point for you going forward for XRP. Okay, so I understand that update. You know, if you're confused or anything like that, please tell me and I will try to reply to you in the comments as best as I can. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on XRP. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye-bye.